Hi everybody, and welcome back to Heart and Soul Homes. My name is Monica. So glad you're here today, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Hopefully you get yourself inspired. Please forgive the dogs. It is a never-ending problem with me here. Our Jessie just hears the littlest thing and he gets going. Okay, today we are getting crafty. Now, I have my sister's birthday is coming up, and so I wanted to go ahead and instead of just going and buying something, I wanted to go ahead and create something. One, I think it just, you know, is a little bit more meaningful when you're creating something, and two, you know, everybody's budgets are tight, so this is a creative, inexpensive, but meaningful way to give a gift. And so I just wanted to share it with you guys. What I'm gonna do, I've got my pot here. I'm going to paint it. Just to give some ideas real quick, I'm gonna be using all of her favorite colors, and then colors that represent her two children. So it's kind of something that she can look at, you know, each day and just realize that it's symbolic of the three of them and just kind of their favorite colors, and it's, you know, just something that represents the three of them, and I think that she'll really appreciate that. So I got this pot at Lowe's. I believe it was $5.95 or $6.95. They did not have the saucer that went with it, so I went ahead and just got a plastic saucer. This plant can go outside, the plants that I chose, which I'll show you in a bit. But I think for right now, in the summer, as hot as it is, I'm gonna suggest that she keep it indoors until it's, you know, a little bit nicer outside and more manageable. So what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and paint the whole thing, and then I'll just take you along and kind of give you some ideas of what I'm doing. So let's get started.
Get you whatever you want, I'll settle for nothing, as long as we can keep the fire. Do whatever you do, follow you anywhere. If our chances are getting brighter, but I want you to know I can't help but fight this feeling. I want you to try. Imagine living without it. So let's go. Effort is worth fighting for. You know I'll be standing right next to you.
Okay, so I've got my first step, which is just painting around the planter. Just a simple little, you know, thing you can do. One, if you don't have one of these lazy Susans where you can just turn it around, it makes it a little easier to have to touch any of the product. But if you didn't have one of those, just a paper plate, because you could turn the paper plate in the same way and save on getting any paint on either your lazy Susan or your counter or anything like that. But so anyhow, what I just used is kind of like a real thick chalk paint. And again, a project like this, it's up to you. You create whatever you want to make. Now I'm wanting mine to kind of look a little bit rustic, a little bit old, weathered. So I didn't want it to be like full on white only and you don't see anything. So you kind of see some of the terracotta coming through, and I want that, you know, for mine. Now again, this is something that is totally whatever you want to do. I also just made sure I went around on the top here because I don't, you know, I don't want this part to be terracotta on the top where you can see down. Now with the dirt and the plants, you won't see inside, so I'm not gonna feel the need to go in and paint the inside. So this is kind of my first step, and I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry. Again, this is just wanted to mention, this is a really great thing for if you have small kids and you want them to help you create a gift like this. Oh my gosh, how cute would it be to have a bunch of little handprints over, or you know, thumbprints, and then you make like a little butterfly with their name or their age, or you know what I mean? There's just so many fun, cute things that you could do. So, you know, I don't have any little ones anymore I have my grandkids, but you know, for a project like this now, if this was for their mom or something like that, that's something that I totally think would be adorable. So just use your imagination and just be creative. It's just so nice. It doesn't, you know, have to be like you're any kind of an artist or anything like that. Just have fun and just be creative. Okay, so now my first coat has dried, and now I'm gonna just kind of start, you know, a little bit of my design. Now the first set I've got is this purple, this lavender, and chartreuse green. Those are her favorite colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of start a design, and then I'm gonna go through and put some of the colors that are her daughter's favorite color and her son's favorite color, and then the plants kind of coincide with that. So again, this is just something that she'll love, but that represents all of them. So I'm gonna get started.
Easy, but it's true. We would regret what we didn't do, what we didn't do. What we didn't do. I know you're feeling it too. This short is something. I know that this will take us higher. I'll do whatever you do. Let's take cover before our chances are getting darker. But I want you to know I can't help but fight this feeling. I want you to try. Imagine living without it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and let the purple part dry, because I'm gonna go in and do another piece with the green. So what I'm kind of, and again, this is just one of those things, like you gotta just, how you're feeling, or you know, what you see. Of course my dog has to go out, so I'm gonna go put him out, and I'm gonna think about this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so the yellow is representing my niece. She loves yellow, so I think what I'm gonna do is just kind of do a row of these dots in the yellow. Okay, I think that's kind of cute and different. You know, I'm doing everything in a circular, kind of a ring, you know, kind of like a wedding ring is, you know, circular, never ending, always together. And that has a significance for them, that, you know, you may not know or, you know, understand that, but they will understand it, and she will understand it. And so, again, finding those things that do create a symbolism for the gift person that you're giving a gift to, I think is, you know, shows a lot of thought process and a lot of time that you were thinking of them. You know what I mean? Not just going and buying something or putting together something that you have on hand. That's awesome too. But if you can create something, that's fun, and you know, we're more cooped up inside these days, so I think it's nice to kind of be able to do this type of thing that you can create.
Just like the old days, so is that what you want? We'll bring it in another level, and you feel like winning. You can tell, and we will surely be paying the price.
Okay, so now I'm going to do the third little design here in the middle. And you know, I'm looking here, I'm seeing, I know that my tape on here is not completely perfect. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh my gosh, should I make it perfect? But you know what? I think in life, you know, we get a little too stuck on perfection. And I think that, you know, some of the best things are not perfect, and nothing and nobody is perfect. So I just said to myself, you know what, I'm just going to make it very authentic, but beautiful. And so if it's not perfect, it's okay. So now the middle part here, this next line in between the in the tape is going to be purple. And as I mentioned before, that is her favorite color. So this one is kind of a beautiful, sparkly, glittery purple. And I know that I used it up above, but again, this is for her, and that's her favorite color, so why not go crazy? But my idea was to make a taped line through here. So we'll see how it turns out.
We're winning. So let's go. Heaven is worth fighting for, you know. I've been standing right next to you, next to you. Oh, I know it won't be easy, but it's true.
Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, because I think my top purple is dry enough, you know, and it won't run. So I'm gonna come in with this chartreuse, because like I said, this is her other favorite color. And I'm just gonna go in between the purple line.
But it's true. We will regret what we didn't do, what we didn't do. I did kung fu my feelings sometimes. Got misdirected, you know what to say. And I was telling myself many lies, just like the old days. So is that what you want? We'll bring it in. Another level and you feel like winning. It won't be tough and we will surely be paying the price. Don't know about you, but I feel we're winning. So let's go. Heaven is worth fighting for, you know. I've been standing right next to you, next to you.
Okay, so I'm going to let all this dry, and then so I can take my tape off and then do the last of my colors, which is red. That is her son's favorite color, so we'll do that. And if you can see, what I've done is I've put her symbolism, her circle in the middle, her daughter's up on top, and then her son's on the bottom. So that's kind of where my thinking is. But I'm gonna let this dry, and then we'll come back for the last part. Okay, so I've let everything set and dry, and I took the tape off. So now what I'm going to do is the base of the flower pot, which is going to signify for my nephew, and his color is red. So I'm going to grab my reds over here. I think we might try this flag red. That looks nice and bright. And I think for him, I'm going to do the same thing using the dotting method. Then it matches his sister's up above. So let's do it.
I know it won't be easy, but it's true. We will regret what we didn't do, what we didn't do.
So I've got my red, and I'm gonna let that dry. But I think in the interim, until that does dry, I think I can go ahead and put the pot back on my paper plate here. Again, you know what? There are so many of you that are out there and so creative. You know, I'm kind of doing my best here, but you know, there's no right or wrong, or, you know, it's all about just being creative, giving yourself that outlet, and just creating something beautiful for somebody and having them know that, you know, you took your time. Instead of just going and buying something, you took your time and you know, you created something special for them. And I think that, you know, means more than anything. So I think I am done with my painting. So I'm gonna let this dry and then we'll plant. Okay, before I plant, I am gonna go ahead and come in and spray this just to make sure I have a nice protective coat. Okay, so my favorite part, planting. Okay, so I've got my pot, I've got my plastic container, and I filled it with the dirt and fertilizer. So now I've got my plants. And I think these are just absolutely gorgeous. They are a succulent, Canicoloa Lacynthia, okay? And they're all the same except the different colors. And as you can see, I've got the purple, yellow, and it's kind of an orangey red, which actually his favorite colors are orange and red. They used to be orange and red, more so red, but there was no red flowers. But I thought this was just a beautiful combination. And then this is so this is kind of like a trailing ivy, which is a hedera, okay? So I think this is gonna be so gorgeous. So what I'm gonna do is do the front, how should I do this? I think I'm gonna do the front being the trailer, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and move my dirt out of the way. And I'm gonna take this out. This was a hanging plant. Whoops. Okay, so this was a hanging basket. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in here, like so. Oh, that's gonna be really pretty. A nice trailing. That's gonna be nice. Okay, so I'm just gonna pack it in. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is put the pink kind of in the center, up high a little bit. You can do that, you know, like if you're planting and you want something up a little higher, or you want the root ball to go forward a little bit, you can manipulate that as you're planting. Okay, and then I think I'll do the yellow on this side and just kind of smush it in a little bit. Oh gosh, that is gonna be really, really pretty. Okay, and then I'm gonna make room over here on this side for my orange. Oh, this looks so great. I just want to make sure. I think what I might do is just add just little bits. It's harder to add dirt after you've planted, but it's kind of one of those necessary evils. But sometimes it's hard to know exactly how much you're going to need, but you want it to be packed in there nice and protected and it's hard to always tell. So with this, it being succulents, it isn't going to retain, it will retain a lot of water. So what I'm going to suggest to her is that she does more of a targeted watering. And what I mean by that is maybe up here, this plant is going to need a little bit more water, and back here just targeted into the root ball, just the spaces, so that it's not getting overly watered. Oh gosh, this is just, oh, I'm hooked up here. This is just really, really beautiful. I love the color combo, and I just love how it all came together, and the fact that it is handmade. I think she's gonna love it. So that's gonna do it, guys. I just want to show you that it can be really fun to do a fun little project like this for yourself, or as a gift, or Mother's Day. Like I said, there's so many great ideas. Just, you know, Pinterest, or just use your imagination. Little kids' handprints would be adorable. So anyhow, I hope I gave you a little bit of inspiration and motivated you to get out and use your creativity and create something beautiful. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.